Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Rozen, and welcome to Leading Up. We are here to talk about how to boost retention as a leader. I get asked about retention all the time, and I want to talk to you about it today. This is important. This is about retention. This is Leading Up. Did you know that retention rates in the US are 44.1% in 2023? That's an increase of 2.2% from 2022. So retention is a big issue for many leaders. We are here to move the needle today and find out what you can do as a leader to make sure that you boost retention and that you're on the right path with building a team that is sustainable long-term. There are 3 things that you can do as a leader in order to boost your employees' retention right away. Let's start from the first one. The first one is recognition. And way too often I talk to leaders that say, yes, I know I need to recognize my employees, but you know what? I'm so busy. I'm so overworked. I don't even have time to think about it. But the implications of not making the time to recognize your employees for good things that they are doing, to make the time to let them know how much you appreciate their work, demonstrate themselves in numbers. At the end of the day, a team member who is not appreciated, why would they be motivated? And so they're much more likely to leave. Your job as a leader is to make the time to lead. So if you find that you're so busy doing the work that you don't even have time to lead, this is your sign, this is your reminder to pause and make the time to sit back, strategize, and put into your calendar opportunities to command people for good work that they are doing. You are literally, as a leader, walking around with a flashlight, looking for good things that people are doing so that you can tell them in the most open way how much you love it, how much you appreciate it, and how important it is. I know that the concept of Employee of the Month or Employee Recognition Day, it's built into the system to give you opportunities to recognize people. But the reality is that Employee of the Month or all kinds of programs for quarterly appreciation and annual appreciation, it's not that they don't have an impact, but the most important impact is actually the informal form of gratitude, the informal form of recognition, where you see something and then you can email someone, you can pick up the phone and call someone, or you can just stop them in the hallway and say, hey, I saw what you did and it's great. Now, when it comes to Employee of the Month or Employee Recognition Day, watch this.
The entire office has come down with a pernicious case of the Mondays.
Wow. What do you put our chances at?
0%. Unless we perform an immediate emergency morale transplant. Stat!
Sounds risky.
Don't worry. There is a surefire cure. Employee of the Month. Every awesome place I've worked had one.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I know you're all very excited, but no matter who gets this, I just want to say that you guys are all employees of the month in my eyes. And the winner is employee number 9, and that is...
Number nine, Jim Halpert.
What?
Are you kidding? Oh, no. Okay,
God.
guys, listen. This was anonymous, all right? There's no way I could have given it to myself because I didn't even know who was on here. I just gave it to the employee with the highest overall score. Guys, this isn't some elaborate scam, okay?
Hi. I have an order here for a custom cake, Jim Halpert.
Okay. That is me, but I didn't order the cake.
Look who it is.
It could only be you.
He knew all along.
I'm gonna have some cake.
The second thing that you can do as a leader is to improve your employees' work-life balance. Now, let's talk about that concept of work-life balance because it's so important. I know that you want work-life balance for yourself as well. So work-life balance manifests itself in 2 ways. On the one hand, it's about making the time, right? There needs to be enough efficiency in order for people to make the time for their private lives as well. Any team member who is overworked is not a productive team member. That includes you. When you are overworked as a leader, you are not at your A game as a leader. Any process that you can improve in terms of efficiency, any way that you can make your team focus on what matters the most, and I have a system for you for that, will leave them more time for recreation, family time, hobbies, and all the other things that people do in order to rest and relax. When you're looking at a list of tasks that your team needs to do, you and your team can very quickly scale them from 0 to 10. 10 means that it's super important and it has to get done. And 0 means that it doesn't matter at all. And most of the tasks are somewhere in the middle. This will give you and your team a very quick language to say, hey, let's focus on the 9s and 10s instead of spending all of our time and energy on the 1s and the 2s and the 3s and the things that don't matter so much. So make sure your team is more efficient by focusing on what matters the most, which means the 9s and 10s. The third strategy that you can use as a leader in order to boost retention is to give people growth opportunities. Nobody likes to feel that they are stepping in one place. Everybody wants to feel that they are contributing, that they are growing, that they have promotional opportunities, that they have opportunities to grow as people. Make sure that you coach your team members towards growth and make sure that they have a growth mindset as a team and as individuals within the team. Because when people have a growth mindset, they're much more resilient, they're much more motivated, and they're much more engaged, which works exactly for what you want, boosting retention. And now on Dear Dr. Michelle, I got some great questions that had to do with our topic today. I'm going to share 3 with you. Here is the first one. Dear Dr. Michelle, my team seems unmotivated. I'm thinking of doing a survey to figure out what's going on. Is this a good idea? And the answer is absolutely. It is super important for you once in a while to create opportunities to check in with your team. So these could be a survey, this could be a one-on-one conversation. I know of one of my clients that created a suggestion box in the office, and through the suggestion box, they found out about different challenges that they have that they did not even realize. So it's extremely important for you to create different forms of interaction with your team where you're going to ask them how they are doing and find out information on what is really going on. So to answer your question, a survey is a wonderful idea. Here's another great question I got. Dear Dr. Michelle, I'm getting complaints from my team that we do not prioritize work-life balance enough as a team. What can I do as a leader to improve it? P.S. I'm getting the same complaint from my partner. Why am I not surprised? So the reason why this is happening is that what is going on with you is that you're spending a lot of time on less important tasks. So, we live in a culture of doing. So a lot of times leaders are sucked into the doing. But the real question is not if you are doing as a team or as a person, but the real question is doing what? Are you really doing the most important things that promote you as a team? Are you really doing the most important things that promote you as a person? And if you use the 2-second decisions, 0 to 10 methodology, which means that within 2 seconds, you give a task a number between 0 to 10. 0 means that it doesn't really matter. 10 means that it really, really matters and it's super important. And with the energy that you have for that day, you utilize them to taking care of the most important things, the 9s, the 10s, the most important tasks. At the end of the day, you can't do it all. There's no way that you or your team can complete everything that needs to get done on that day. So the real question is, if you want to have a good work-life balance within the time that you dedicate for work, are you really doing the most important things? And if you're doing the most important things, you stop at the time that you've decided on and you leave yourself time for being completely there with your family, with the people that you love, doing the things that you love so that you can feed your soul and be there the next day completely focused and at your very best. Here's another great question that I got. Dear Dr. Michelle, I'm planning an Employee of the Month company meeting, but my team seems to be pretty indifferent about it. Am I throwing away my time and money? So, Employee of the Month, listen, I don't know what the experience has been like for them. So if they seem kind of indifferent, maybe you can design it differently. Because in some occasions, it kind of seems like Employee of the Month is sort of checking off, oh, I know I need to do this, so I'm doing this, or we know we need to have it, so we're having it. But the question is, how does it make people feel? Because if, as a result of that day, they feel uplifted, they feel appreciated, they feel that you made them feel special, mission accomplished. At the end of the day, if that feels like, you checked something off, it wasn't that exciting, it didn't really uplift them, then what is the point of doing it? It's actually doing more harm than good. So take the time, sit with your team, and figure out how to make Employee of the Month better, how to make this whole thing a lot more exciting so that mission will be accomplished, people will feel uplifted, and your money and time will not be wasted. The most important thing that you need to know about boosting retention is that so much of it is in your hands. Yes, the market can be challenging, but there is so much that you can do as a leader in order to support your team, uplift your team, and be the leader that you are meant to be and should be. Don't forget, this is Leading Up. Join us for the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to keep up with all the new videos. Also, click on the link to watch another video.